But I'd like to call Reverend Kiyoji now. We are fortunate that the Reverend Kiyoji Konko from Japan, he's our guest speaker today. He's the second son of Miss Konko-san.
Everyone is ready? I'm ready now. Please. Aloha, and thank you very much for the kind introduction. Yesterday, we held the Hotokusai here, and today, on this glorious day, we are celebrating the 90th anniversary of the Konko mission of Honolulu. Now, we think about how long the missionary works has occurred here in Honolulu, and I am in awe. Over 90 years of helping, saving people. When you think about how the late Reverend Masayuki Kodama left the safety of Japan for a country where the customs and language are different, I am in awe. When you think about how Reverend Kodama, Reverend Yoshino, and Reverend Konko pray every day at these altars, I am so grateful. For over 90 years, the flame of faith here at the Konko Mission of Honolulu has continued to share Konko Daishi's teaching with the people of Hawaii and save people through authority. So, from the bottom of my heart, I offer a warm and heartfelt congratulations and appreciation first to the founding minister of the Honolulu Mission, the late Reverend Masayuki and Kodama, the spirits of the founding members, past head ministers and associate ministers, as well as and believers. And finally, congratulations and mahalo to all of you for maintaining the flame of faith for over 90 years here in Hawaii. Aloha and omedetou gozaimasu. I have a question. How many of you came to my presentation yesterday? Please raise your hand if you came to Hotokusai. Thank you. Right. Oh, let's review very quickly the two things we learned from yesterday about the 4 pillars of faith in the 3 streams. The 4 pillars of faith and the 3 sources. Please raise your hands. I will call on you. Okay? Let us start with the 4 pillars of faith. Can I please have a volunteer to share one of the pillars? Anyone? That's fine. And we also talked about the 3 sources. And I talked about the 4 pillars and 4 pillars of faith and the 3 sources. Okay? And I believe that the 4 pillars of faith and the 3 sources are important for all of us to receive Koku, the divine virtue. But there is a very important question. What is Koku? What is Toku? See? In the GQ Kyogo, there's a teaching that says, no one can see the wind when it blows, yet everyone knows the existence of the wind. Everybody can tell you the wind's existence by seeing clouds in the sky move and from the noise of the glass and trees moving. People will recognize the existence of kami when those who practice faith receive divine blessing. What does this mean? First, I believe it is saying that virtue is something that, although we cannot see it physically, it may manifest itself in various forms. Second, I believe it is also saying that toku is necessary in our daily lives, like air, water, earth, plants, clothes, and so forth. Please allow me to share with you a very recent story about my son Fumio. As many of you know, I went to San Diego about 2 weeks ago with my family to attend a KCNA conference. Before coming to the United States, we sought Cultivating every day so that all matters concerning this trip would be smoothly. We are all looking forward to this trip, especially my son Fumio. Fumio was studying English very hard, so he could communicate with other youth. However, something happened. As you may know, all foreigners must fill out what is known as the ESTER, or the Electronic System for Travel Authorization before entering the United States. I fill out everyone's forms, and then I realized I made a huge error on Fumio's form. The error was on question 6 of the ESTER. Question 6 says, are you currently seeking employment in the United States, or were you previously employed in the United States without prior permission from the U.S. government? My son Fumio is only 15 years old and a freshman, and I, his father, made a grave error and checked yes. I was mortified. Fumio was truly looking forward to this trip to America, and when we told him what happened, yes, he was shocked and disappointed. But he did not blame me, his father. Oh my God. Noriko-sama, my beloved wife, and I continue to seek Toritsugi about the trip and this matter. We did everything we could to satisfy the situation, but to no avail. I later learned at the KCA conference that my darling and beautiful wife, Noriko-sama, was very upset at me in the beginning, right? But chose not show me anger. Instead, Noriko-sama, not Noriko-san, Noriko-sama, turned her heart to Kami-sama. Don't you think my wife is amazing? Yes, I do too. That's why I married her. All the while, I felt very guilty and bad that we would not be able to travel together as a family. It was my error. However, interestingly, throughout this period, my son did not complain at all. Fumio also sought Toritsugi about this matter. But how was it made that my son Fumio is only 15 years old, find compassion in his heart for his father? I'm getting closer to you, and my heart is reaching you. Can you feel my passion? Let me go with it. And forth, and back, okay, without us feeling. The average teenager would have thrown a fit, yelled, and screamed at their parents, and blamed them by calling them stupid. But how was my son able to save me? Yes, he saved me. It might be it is my belief that due to his faith in the toku he has received, he was able to not blame me and accept the situation. The toku that he has received obviously comes from his grandparents, the present fifth Konko-sama and his wife Yaeko-sama, my mother, the preceding Konko-sama, as well as others who are related to him and have prayed for him. Konko Daijin taught us that the only thing that can be handed down to our descendants and taken into the afterlife is toku. I believe that it is this same toku that enabled my son to be a better person than me and save my heart. However, how can we receive toku? I believe that one way is through the three sources. Let me repeat what the three sources are. The first is headquarters, home. The second is our local churches. The third is wherever you may be. Now, when I say how to receive toku, please do not misunderstand. I'm not saying that receiving toku is a methodology, okay, or a process. There is no methodology or process, no process for receiving toku. There is only faith and believing in Kami-sama. Let me repeat myself again. There is only faith and believing in Kami-sama. On your handouts, do you see the quote in purple on the bottom, maybe? Let's read that together. Let's read that together. Ready? Do you have the handouts? Everyone? Maybe some of you not. Here you go. There is no methodology or process to receiving toku. There is only faith and a believing in Kami-sama. When you offer water or prayer at your home altars, when you pray in your car, when you pray at your workplace, your heart has made a connection not only with your local church, but also with the sacred ground of headquarters. At the third source, receive toku when your heart is open in prayer. You receive toku when you are in constant communication with Kami-sama. Thus, the deeper and more intimate your relationship with Kami-sama, the more that you do not forget Kami-sama in your daily faith life. You accumulate toku. Konko Daijin told us that it is the ujiko that ends a relationship with Kami. Kami does not end the relationship with the ujiko. When you visit your local church to pray, you will receive toku. You are receiving toku. Your church is the second source of toku. I learned that some of you travel from far places as well as close places to attend the Honolulu church. Kami-sama and your head minister are very grateful that you can take in that extra leap in your faith to create a closer relationship with Kami-sama by actually coming to church. There's a believer who lives in California. She lives far away from a church and has never visited Konkokyo headquarters because she does not have the financial means to do so. However, she said that every time she visits his church, she feels like she's going to the sacred grounds of Honolulu and receiving Toitsugi from Konko-san. Reverend Hakushi Takahashi, former head minister of the Konko Church of Koto, Okayama Prefecture, said, "It is good when one receives Toitsugi, regardless if the content is good or bad. It is not good when one does not receive Toitsugi, regardless if the content is good or bad." What does this mean? The okekai were the human-centered world, or Ninno, and the kami-centered world, or Kamiyo, me. It is where we as human beings, with all faults, are allowed to meet pure Kami. Kami-sama loves you by revealing your soul at the okekai, which means you are being honest, vulnerable, and raw. You are facing a spiritual healing through the minister. You are developing a closer relationship with Kami-sama. And through the minister, he or she can help you create deeper connection with Kami-sama. The deeper your connection, the more toku we are allowed to receive. There are many of you who visit the sacred grounds of Konkokyo headquarters. This is the original source of toku. I cannot imagine how expensive it must be for you to travel from Hawaii all the way to go home. But I know you do it with such excitement and sincerity. To visit the holy grounds of headquarters, you can bask in the overflow of toku. However, when you do make the pilgrimage to Honolulu, your heart truly ready and developed to receive the toku. Let me think a little bit more about my son Fumio. Fumio is very fortunate because we live in Honolulu. He can receive the toku, the original source, every day. Because Fumio can receive Toitsugi at Honolulu, and I believe my wife's faith is an influence on him. He was able to accept the situation of not coming to the United States and looked at the situation from a positive perspective. Fumio received much okage because of his incident. First, our trip to San Diego took us from Okayama Airport to Seoul Airport in Korea, to Los Angeles Airport, then to San Diego. Through wonderful turn of events, although Fumio could not join us in America, he was welcomed by a staff of a senator from Korea. He was allowed to stay in Seoul, South Korea for 5 days. The ministers of our center in Korea took very good care of him. We are very grateful to Reverend Suenaga and Mr. Sato and a few others for watching over him, taking him around, giving him interesting experiences, and feeding him. When Fumio learned that he would be staying in Korea, on his own, he began to study simple phrase in Korean. 안녕하세요. Instead of blaming me, his father, I witnessed my young son faith in action. As a parent witness, it brings tears to my eyes, because his faith had grown to the point he saw this instinct as okay. His faith saved me. I was able to see Konko manifest in my side. However, we must be asking, Sensei, I have heard there are all different kinds of toku. Is that true? Well, yes. I believe there are various kinds of toku. Besides that, which gushes forth from headquarters, our local churches, and where we are. Am I okay right now? My position. One type of toku is called nin-toku, or human virtue. This type of virtue is when others find trust in you. What is important is that if you are not trusted by others, then how can Kami trust you? How can others trust us? How do we live a life where we can live toku? We can receive toku? The answer to that question is by living the teachings. We must live in a manner that is jitsui teidei, sincere and conscientious. When we treat others with aloha and respect and do not look down on them, we begin to receive nin-toku, or human virtue. By the way, do you already know what jitsui teidei is? It is my understanding that the late Reverend Masaiken Kodama emphasized this a great deal. It is not easy to explain, especially in English. 2 weeks ago, Father Sensei spoke about Jitsui Teidei in his presentation at the Kyushin conference. He listed 3 very important things. 1. Jitsui Teidei is a diligence in what we do in our everyday lives. But we know that it is not enough. 2. When doing something with Jitsui Teidei, we care constantly looking for ways to improve. And 3. Jitsui Teidei is a sense of humility that what we did was maybe not enough. And we can do better to show our appreciation to Kami-sama, society, our workplace, school, family, neighbors. So, Jitsui Teidei is very important in our daily lives. As we live our lives with Jitsui Teidei, people watch you and are attracted you to. This is the power of nin-toku, or human virtue. When people begin to trust you, Kami-sama starts to trust you as well. The next type of toku is, let me say, butsutoku, or virtues of things. It is okay to have things. It is okay to live in abundance. There is a church in Japan, Konko Church of Abeno. a part of their faith, as part of their faith, they believe in what is called the 5 requests. I was told that we did an activity in December based on the 5 requests. One of the requests is to live in abundance. But we must be appreciative for the things we have. The glasses that helps us to see. Have you ever told that? Have you ever told it, thank you? How about the clothes that you wear? When you put on your clothes, do you say, thank you, shirt? Thank you, underwear? Thank you, shorts? Thank you, slippers? In the Boy Scouts, there is a saying, even single leaf has life in it. Everyone, do you give thanks for the things you have and use on a daily basis? Let me ask you another question. Have you ever given any thought to how your stomach feels on a daily basis? In all seriousness, have you ever thought about your stomach feel daily? When we look at food, say ice cream, we can see an object that is cold. We know it will taste delicious. When we look at meat, fish, vegetables, etc., we know what will look like and taste like. However, our stomach does not. Our stomach accepts everything that goes down. It does not reject it. It can't. Have you ever said thank you to your stomach for that important function? Can you imagine if your stomach said, oh, I don't like ice cream, so I'm going to send it back? Ooh, that's a big problem. We must give sincere appreciation to all things in our life. Food, herb, light, etc. When the first Konko-sama was sitting at the okenkai, and there was no one waiting to receive tourists, people said they saw him take off his gloves and give thanks to it. He'd pick up a brush and say, thank you to it. With that kind of faith, with that kind of appreciation to things, you will call abundance. Abundance will be attractive to you. You will live in abundance through the virtue of things. The third kind of toku is the virtue of food. This is very important as food. It's how we are able to live. Food is a form of Kami's grace and blessings in our lives. I was told that the late Reverend Masaki and Kodama were very strict about not wasting food. And that many of you who knew them live a life where you do not waste food. How many of you, when you go to a restaurant, take home leftovers? Please raise your hand. Oh, see, raise your hand. Don't be shy. That's fine. How many of you just leave the leftovers? No hands, or just one. That's fine. many of you eat very last grain rice on your plate? Good. 1 grain of rice requires gallons of rice. The life of sun, it requires a farmer to harvest it just so that you can have delicious lives on your plates. The food on your plate, whether it be meat, fruit, vegetables, ice cream, juice, milk, etc. From a source of life. Apples come from the apple tree. Okay. Orange juice comes from an orange that came from a tree. The life has taken so that we could live. That life has taken so that we could enjoy a delicious meal. Wasting food means that you waste a precious life and of food. Finally, the last type of tofu is Shintoku, or virtue of kami. This virtue is one that you receive from kami. It is important for us to receive and accumulate this virtue from kami. It is important. However, this is all dependent on our faith. This is all dependent on our faith. When we think of Shintoku, we tend to think of it with the characters of kami and tofu, that's the virtue of kami. However, I like to think of it with the character of new and virtue. This is Shintoku, which is feeling for this 9 years or so. Virtue of kami, virtue of divine. And also, when you write Shintoku, there can be like a which one was first? Maybe this thing. Shintoku, new and virtue, meaning that lives are renewed daily through the virtue we receive from kami. And also, I like to think of Shintoku with the characters for advance and virtue, which is this Shintoku, Susugotoku. Meaning that we move forward in faith with positively, embrace the virtue we receive from kami. However, we must be kind of Ujiko, beloved child of kami. Kami wishes to spoil and shower with this kind of virtue. This is all dependent on our faith and the relationship with kami. Remember that receiving toku is not a process or methodology. So let me review. The 4 virtues are virtues of humor, virtues of things, virtues of food, and virtues of kami. However, there is something very serious we need to speak about in regards to toku. Let me share with you this interesting story. There is a church in Ehime Prefecture known as Konko Church in Futaiwa. The head minister was Takahashi. There is another church in Hyogo Prefecture known as the Konko Church of Fukuzaki, Reverend Ushio. Many years ago, both ministers were seminary classmates. In fact, Reverend Setsuko Okuno, or is there in back, and their classmates as well. So it's official. Right? The Futaiwa Church is very famous for this action. See? Konko-sama, please enter into my body and be one with me. One day during their ceremony days, Ushio asked Takahashi, Takahashi-san, you keep asking Konko-sama, please enter my body. Konko-sama, please enter my body. Takahashi-san, when are you going to let Konko-sama leave your body? Over the 2 years life, what Ushio Sensei asked is very powerful. Ushio Sensei's question is the same as asking, what is the cause of losing toku? There is a saying, one should worry lest there is no virtue. If you receive the virtue of kami, there is no need to worry. So it begs the question, what are the causes of losing toku? The answer is easy, but action sometimes difficult. If we think about realized toku, we just talk about simple things like grumbling, not being appreciated for things and people, looking down on other people, trying to swindle others, forgetting kami in your daily life, and others are ways in which you can lose toku. It is easy to be think negatively because it is easier to blame others than to blame oneself. However, the more we think negatively, the more negative the world becomes. But it takes effort to be positive. I must admit, I am not perfect. There are times I get upset. There are times I blame others. There are times that I think negatively. There are times that I forget to be appreciated. That is why we call it Shinjin no Keiko, or faith practice. Because we are not perfect here. No one has the perfect faith. Even Konko Daiji himself never proclaimed that his faith was perfect and spoke about continuing on to deepen his relationship with God. As I learn more about the Honolulu Church, I am in awe of many things that I learned, especially that of the late Reverend Kikuya. The intimate and deep relationship she had with Pierre Kami allowed her to save not just her family, but also the Honolulu Church and its members during one of the United States' most darkest times, World War II. How does a single woman care for a family while having discreetly served Kami, all the while refusing the support of the Red Cross and FBI, and still creating an atmosphere where her children feel safe and normal? Kikuya Sensei had no one else to rely on except Kami during those times. She did not just rely on Kami-san. She cried to Kami-san. She cried. By doing so, she accumulated much talk. From an outsider's perspective like myself, she became one with God. She never forgot about Kami-sama and Kami-sama's benevolence and grace. She never let go of Kami-sama. She just could not. She had no family in Hawaii. Thus, all you know, when Reverend Masayoshi Kodama returned from Japan, the church was dead, free from a wrong. This can only be made possible because Kami-sama trusted Kikuya Sensei a great deal. Through this trust, Kikuya Sensei accumulated Shinto, virtues of Kami. Through this trust, Kikuya Sensei accumulated Shinto, the virtues of Kami. Although Kikuya Sensei could not do as she wanted to during World War II, with a gentle and joyful heart, she accepted the situation and prayed single-heartedly to Tenchi Kami. In this way, Kami heard Kikuya Sensei's petitions and accepted them. Thus, Kikuya Sensei lived a life in accordance to the Tenchi Kami. Did you realize that? It reminds me of teaching from the late Reverend Matsutaro Yashitake, the founding minister of the Konko Church of Amagi. Yasuda Sensei's teaching says, the purpose of our faith is to be trusted by Kami-sama. The result of this is Okage. If you look on the back of your seats, please join me in reading Yasutake Sensei's teaching. Alejandro, ready? The purpose of our faith is to be trusted by Kami-sama. The result of this is Okage. The more I learned about Kikuya Sensei, the more I believe she was trusted by Kami-sama. Because of the devotion to Kami-sama and the Goyo, she was sent to Hawaii to do. She received blessings, favors, and interventions. The Reverend Ryoko Katsuga, assistant head minister of the Konko Church in Konkokyo, made a very bold statement. What Kikuya Sensei said. Kodama Sensei is because of the Honolulu Church, and the Honolulu Church is because of Kodama Sensei. I believe Ryoko Sensei is right. This is because of Kikuya Sensei's faith and virtue that allowed to the Honolulu Church to be standing today. And it is the Honolulu Church provided by Kami-sama that allowed Kikuya Sensei a place to practice faith, practice her faith. Finally, during today's service, when you come to church, when you receive authority, you do not feel the talk of this church. To know the history of your church, to know the history of the founding ministers and believers, is to know that your church is the manifestation of Toku. All you need to do is look here. Look here. I challenge each and every one of you to continue to practice faith, but with more passion and receive talk. Attend church as often as possible, not just once a week. Receive quality. Receive the virtue, pass on to your descendants, and take into infinity and beyond. In appreciation for Kiyoji Konko Daiji, Tenjikan no Kami's benevolence, blessings, favors, grace, intervention, and mercy, let us put our hands together with all the unlocked love, joy, and appreciation in your heart. Let us chant the Goshingo Hosho. 生神金剛大臣様、生神金剛大臣様、生神金剛大臣様、生神金剛大臣様、生神金剛大臣様、生神金剛大臣様、生神金剛大臣様、生神金剛大臣様、生神金剛大臣様、生神金剛大臣様、生神金剛大臣様、生神金剛大臣様。Mahalo.